Around the years 217 to 219, Zhuge Liang did not have any sons, so he requested to adopt one from his older brother Zhuge Zhan. Zhuge Qiao was the second brother after Zhuge Ke, and they were both famous in Wu, but many people felt that Zhuge Qiao was not as talented. Sun Quan allowed Zhuge Qiao to travel to Shou, where he had his courtesy name changed. He was then appointed as a chief commandant of escorting cavalry, and followed his adoptive father to Hanzhong. Zhuge Liang wrote to his brother, "Xiao should have returned to Chengdu, however, I see that the sons of the other Shu generals have inherited their father's legacies. I have thought that we could share honour and shame together with them. I've put Zhuge Qiao in command of 500 soldiers and deployed him in the valley, together with the sons of the other generals." He died early in 228, around the age of 24, but by then he had a son called Zhuge Pan. He served in Shu as well, but also died at a young age. After Zhuge Ke and his family were massacred in Wu in a coup, Zhuge Pan reverted to his original lineage by travelling there to continue his bloodline. Huang Chengyan once told Zhuge Liang, "I heard that you were looking for a wife. I have an ugly daughter with yellow hair and dark skin, but her talent matches yours." After they got married, there was a saying in their village, "Don't be like Kong Ming when you choose a wife. He ended up with Cheng's ugly daughter." This annotation, added by Pei Songzhi to Zhuge Liang's biography, is the only mention of Lady Huang in historical sources. Huang Chengyan was a reclusive scholar who was known for being carefree and open-minded. He was from Mianan, Jing province, where he lived with his wife, whose name was not recorded. She was a brother of Cai Mao from the elite Cai family. This Lady Cai is not to be confused with her more prominent younger sister Lady Cai, who ended up marrying Liu Biao. Huang Chengyan and Lady Cai had a daughter called Lady Huang, whose name was also not recorded. In folklore and fiction, Lady Huang is also known as Huang Yueying, which is simply a fictional name. In stories, she was remarkable for her vast knowledge on many topics, including strategy, geography, astronomy, and divination. Zhuge Liang heard of her intelligence, courted, then married her. A tale tells that Yueying challenged her suitors that called her ugly to come visit her personally. She would hide her face under veils to challenge their resolve. Upon Zhuge Liang's visit, her figure was silhouetted by moonlight, and her head was covered with 2 red veils. He did not hesitate to remove them, and then stated that her ugliness was a misunderstanding by her father. Her face lit up with joyful gratification, which Zhuge Liang saw as a reward within itself. She's often credited with inventing Zhuge Liang's wooden ox and flowing horse, which allowed a single man to transport enough food to last 4 men 3 months. The basic device, however, appears to have been recorded centuries earlier in stone carvings dating from as early as 206 BC. Legend says she didn't live long after her husband's death in 234, when she told her son to be loyal and filial. Zhuge Zhan had been born in 227 as the firstborn son to the first Shu chancellor. When he was 16 years old, he married a princess daughter of Liu Shan's, then became a cavalry commandant. He held many different titles early on in his career: General of the Household, a member of the Yulin Imperial Guards, Palace Attendant, Supervisor of Masters of Writing, and a Military Advisor General. Apart from serving as an official, he was also skilled in painting and writing. Since the people of Shu deeply missed Zhuge Liang, they especially liked his son because his talents reminded them of his father. It was common for him to receive credit for favourable policies that came out of the Shu government, even if he had nothing to do with them. As there was no formal history bureau in the Shu government, it's hard to distinguish which policies Zhuge Zhan had a role in, although it's clear his reputation was greater than his accomplishments. Either way, his frequent promotions continued until he reached the top of the Imperial Secretariat. Wei Yan's arrangement of camps around Hanzhong successfully repelled invaders and kept them out every time. Jiang Wei argued this design could only repel the enemy and not reap big profits. He suggested to abandon the camps and vacate the passes in the Shin Mountains in order to lure the Wei army in deeper into Hanzhong, where they could be blocked off and made vulnerable to a counterattack. This could lead to a decisive victory, the likes of which would not be possible with the current arrangement. Since Jiang Wei's analysis had sound logic and merit, Zhuge Zhan did not oppose him when he was dismantling Wei Yan's fortifications. After Jiang Wei became the de facto commander of the Shu military, he launched 11 campaigns over the span of 20 years, suffering great defeats at the hands of Wei. Seeing history repeat itself, as Zhuge Zhan's father also adopted an aggressive military policy, he recognized the dangers of overly using a military force. especially for Shou, since it was weaker than Wei in both military and economy. He proposed to switch from an offensive stance to a defensive one by making use of Wei Yan's tried and tested cover and camp's layout, but Liu Shan had compromised this earlier when he agreed with Jiang Wei's high-risk, high-reward strategy. Zhuge Zhan attempted to dissuade Jiang Wei from continuing to wage war, but to no avail, so he wrote to Liu Shan to remove Jiang Wei from power and replace him with Yan Yu, a friend of the eunuch Wang Hao. This letter was well preserved up until the Jin dynasty, but it's not known if Liu Shan heeded his advice, because Jiang Wei did not return to the capital, most likely because by now he knew the people of Shou resented him. When Zhong Hui was put in charge of affairs along the Wei border, Jiang Wei requested reinforcements from Chengdu. Liu Shan did not believe Shou would be invaded, because Wang Hao's witchcraft had foresaw that Wei's attack would not come to pass. As such, Zhuge Zhan was not informed of Jiang Wei's warnings, but nevertheless, Liu Shan did send reinforcements before the Wei invasion commenced. When news that Shou was currently under attack started to spread, Zhuge Zhan heard that Jiang Wei's plan had been thwarted. The first part of the plan worked, where 2 counties were used as bait to wear out the Wei army. However, Zhong Hui only sent smaller detachments to those counties, whilst the main army continued on, further into Shou territory. Jiang Wei had also lost in battle, so he had to retreat to the highly fortified mountain pass at Xiangyang Ji as the Wei armies marched towards Chengdu. When Zhuge Zhan realized that Jiang Wei's plan had sowed the seeds of destruction, he hastily assembled an army in Chengdu, then marched to Fu County to prepare for a final defiance. Zhong Hui rapidly advanced within weeks, shocking most of the Shou generals. The enemy was now in, and Jiang Wei was still stuck at Xiangyang. Zhuge Zhan didn't send him any reinforcements because he knew that that area could be easily defended. Instead, he held his position at Fu County, as Deng Ai had suddenly appeared in Jiangyu and conquered it. Huang Chuan's son, Huang Chong, urged Zhuge Zhan to move quickly and seize terrain before Deng Ai did. Like his father, Zhuge Zhan decided to take a more cautious approach, but Huang Chong repeatedly urged him to attack Deng Ai. When he eventually relented and sent a vanguard force out to attack, they found victory by pushing Deng Ai back. Zhuge Zhan used this opportunity to flee from Fu County for the better defended Mianzhu, where he planned to make his final stand. When Deng Ai surrounded the pass, he offered his enemy the chance to surrender, but Zhuge Zhan refused. The messenger was executed, then the Shu troops were ordered to prepare to charge out of the pass. Zhuge Zhan's eldest son, Zhuge Shang, was there, as was Huang Chong, Zhang Fei's grandson Zhang Zun, and Li Xiu, an Imperial Guard commander. Huang Chong gave a speech to inspire the troops, before both sides engaged in battle. The Shu army supposedly adopted the 8 trigrams formation invented by Zhuge Liang, where Deng Ai's son, Deng Zhong, and Shi Zuan flanked them. They attacked the left and right flank, but the Shu forces intercepted them and drove them back. Only Deng Ai's central force remained intact. When Deng Zhong and Shi Zuan complained there was no way to break the formation, they suggested to retreat. Deng Ai angrily told them that they must win if they want to live another day, and anyone who talks of retreat will be executed. When they attacked the formation for a second time, they succeeded in breaking it, and all of the Shu heroes were cut down in action. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.